All right, let me ask you something. Are you ready to hand over your path to becoming a millionaire to an algorithm? I know, right? It sounds completely like science fiction. But as we look at the financial landscape heading into 2026, well, it's rapidly becoming our reality. The question is no longer if artificial intelligence is going to manage your money, but exactly how much of your life savings you're actually willing to let it control.
Just think about this massive statistic from a recent Plaid FinTech survey. 55%. Over half of U.S. adults are already using AI for financial tasks. Over half the country. This just proves that the future of wealth building isn't some distant dream, It's already here, literally sitting right in your pocket. We're not just talking about novel, gimmicky tasks either. The actual tools to hit that seven-figure net worth have moved straight from Wall Street down to your smartphone.
So, welcome to the 2026 Blueprint, using AI to build wealth. Today, in this explainer, we're breaking down the exact data, the behavioral science, and the massive market shifts that are fundamentally redefining what it takes to become a millionaire today. Let's get into it.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with number 1, the 2026 FinTech Revolution. Then 2, trusting the AI advisor. 3, your pocket AI money coach. 4, spotting true AI budgeting. And finally, number 5, who controls your money?
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the 2026 FinTech Revolution.
So right now, we're seeing Wall Street and venture capital fundamentally reshape retail investing. According to JP Morgan and various industry reports, programmable money movement is absolutely booming. Think of it as cash that can automatically invest, save, or route itself based entirely on real-time market conditions. It's wild. AI-enabled startups actually account for nearly half of all fintech venture deals right now. We're looking at a personal finance app market that's marching toward a staggering projected valuation of $173.6 billion. The sheer scale of the infrastructure being built right now is electric.
And all those billions being poured into this infrastructure by massive firms, well, they're doing something incredible. They're democratizing wealth management. Crypto and AI are driving 45% of fintech funding. And get this, digital asset allocations by institutions are expected to double by 2028. Viola Ventures hit the nail on the head here. They noted that AI's ability to transform high-level wealth management into scalable software is taking tools that were once strictly reserved for the ultra-rich and turning them into accessible platforms for everyone. This right here is exactly how the average person gets access to the portfolio strategies that actually build a millionaire net worth.
Moving right along to Section 2, trusting the AI advisor. Now, you might be wondering, do consumers actually trust these new institutional robo-advisors? To answer that, we have to look at some fascinating data from the Behavioral Insights team. They ran an experiment on investment suggestion adherence, basically seeing who people listen to. They compared human advisors, AI tools, and a blended approach. And the results? Well, people who received investment suggestions from a blended advisor, meaning a human utilizing AI tools, they actually followed the suggestion the most closely. In fact, their investment allocation deviated 9% less than those who got advice solely from a human. Meaning, they were much more likely to actually stick to the plan that builds long-term wealth.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer level of trust everyday investors are placing in these models. Despite our deep-rooted psychological habits, things like extreme cash aversion bias, where we panic and stubbornly hoard cash instead of logically investing it, the Behavioral Insights team found that over 90% of users who used an AI tool for financial info reported actually acting on it. Over 90%. We are overwhelmingly trusting this new AI guidance over our own flawed human instincts.
Okay, let's dive into Section 3, your pocket AI money coach.
Let's zoom all the way down from the macro level into the daily habits required to actually build wealth. Look, building $1 million net worth requires managing your cash flow. But the old way of budgeting? It was incredibly painful. It was basically just glorified spreadsheets. You had manual entry, reactive tracking that only told you what you'd already spent, and those static limits that, let's be honest, you usually blew past by day 12 of the month. But contrast that with 2026 AI budgeting. We're talking automated categorization that learns, predictive cash flow forecasting, and dynamic real-time adjustments. Millionaires don't just track their expenses, they aggressively optimize their cash flow so they have more capital to invest. And AI, it allows the everyday person to orchestrate their cash flow like a literal CFO.
And as you'll see, younger generations are completely on board with this. An EY global survey shows that younger demographics are adopting these tools at just staggering rates. 68% of Gen Z And 65% of millennials are already using AI for financial management. They aren't just testing the waters here. They're making AI their primary financial tool to build their future. The next generation of millionaires is being built entirely on AI platforms, for sure.
Which brings us to Section 4, Spotting True AI Budgeting.
Now, a quick warning, because the market is currently flooded with fakes just slapping an AI label on clunky old interfaces, you really need to know the 3 hallmarks of true AI in finance. First up, predictive cash flow forecasting. It doesn't just show where your money went, it forecasts where it's going to go. Second, automatic categorization that actually learns from your corrections over time. And third, personalized behavioral recommendations. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference. A real AI coach won't just say, hey, spend less. It will proactively warn you in July that your electricity bill always spikes in August, allowing you to seamlessly adjust your budget before the hit even comes. Now, that is active wealth management.
So, the crucial point here is finding your AI vibe. Because building lasting wealth isn't done in a month, right? It takes years. Finding an app that matches your specific emotional relationship with money is really the only way to ensure you don't just quit. If you need strict methodology, there's Wayanabe. If you suffer from money anxiety and just want a calm, privacy-first coach that won't judge you, there's Vera. Or if you want an AI that will literally pick up the phone and negotiate your bills down for you, no way, right? But yes, for that you look at Rocket Money. Finding the right fit is exactly how you remove friction and stick to the Millionaire plan.
Finally, we arrive at Section 5, Who Controls Your Money?
This quote perfectly captures where we are heading by the end of the decade. Quote, AI is rapidly transitioning from a passive tool that simply tracks our money into an active financial coach. And that's really the core message of this explainer. The tools to become a millionaire in 2026 are shifting from merely telling you what happened in the past to proactively orchestrating your financial success in the future. This proactive orchestration is the literal blueprint for hitting $1 million net worth.
Which leaves us with a final lingering thought. As this technology transitions from being just an advisor to acting as an active financial authority in your life, literally negotiating for you, rebalancing your portfolio, forecasting your cash flow, how much of your financial life are you truly willing to hand over to an algorithm? The 2026 fintech revolution is here. How you choose to leverage it will define your path to building wealth.